I asked my viewers to send me their best gaming setups, and the best one wins $500. One of the first setups that immediately caught my attention was from Smitty Mason, because it not only was the setup just had the classic kind of purple bluish color scheme, but it was also his entire room. So it wasn't just his gaming setup, he also had a room that like fit the entire setup and the entire vibe of the setup. And judging by the pictures, this is a lot cleaner than my room. It's really well cable managed. I mean, he looks like he definitely does some streaming. He has key light, like Elgato webcams, hand cam, a PS5, a really nice Lean Lee gaming PC case. I don't know what his specs are. The execution of this setup is just really good, and you can just see how much attention to detail he actually has. I mean, even the decorations on top of the PC, it has an entire color scheme with the setup, and it's just aesthetically pleasing, and I don't really know what else there is to say. I mean, he kind of hit everything, and I really like that shelf he has behind the setup with a bunch of keyboards and just decorations. This is not a cheap setup by any means at all, but honestly, just because this isn't just a simple gaming setup, he actually took it the next step by making it a whole gaming room. This is like a solid like 9 out of 10. I don't even know what to recommend, because even his cable management is on point. It's just everything about this is just really good. But before we continue, a lot of you guys have devices without any protection at all, or just devices that are completely cluttered with a bunch of junk. And Combo Cleaner is here to fix that. There's a lot of sketchy things on the internet, and I had to learn this the hard way by downloading a file that ended up being a virus, and it actually ended up deleting my YouTube channel. But with Combo Cleaner, it will protect all of your devices because it has an antivirus and it's compatible with Windows, Mac, iPhone, and even Android. This means you can browse the internet with the comfort knowing you are protected. And it's also constantly being updated, so while you're browsing, it also will warn you about suspicious looking websites. Not only that, but when I actually downloaded Combo Cleaner, it cleared out a bunch of junk on my PC and just freed up some extra space. I had a ton of duplicate files that I never use anymore, and instead of going back and deleting every single one individually, with Combo Cleaner, it did it automatically for me, so it made it extremely easy. So if you're interested, make sure you guys use up the code up on the screen right now for an 80% discount code on Windows and Mac, and make sure you hurry up because the discount code actually ends at the end of 2023. Combo Cleaner is the most advanced and complete utility application to keep all your devices completely virus-free and cluster-free, so if you're interested, make sure you check it out with the first link in the description or pinned comment. And again, thank you so much to Combo Cleaner for sponsoring this video. Alright, so when I first initially saw this setup, I 100% thought it was a Google picture because of the quality, but actually after checking further, she actually has a TikTok with this exact same setup, and she actually has a couple videos on it, and I don't know what it is. I think it actually is like the thing that's above the monitor. It just is like such a modern looking setup with like kind of the green and wood kind of vibe on it, and I like that the monitor like setup isn't overkill. Even right now I'm rocking 2 monitors, and I've had 4 in the past, but I just kind of like 2 to 3. Anything more than that is like kind of overkill, but definitely has a lot of personality on this setup, which I really do like. I like kind of the little controller painting or kind of picture that's taken apart at the top right, and I think it's just the kind of execution with a lot of these setups that really make them, and this one was really executed really well. It's just such a unique setup, and I mean, usually I'm able to give recommendations, but I don't know what to give recommendations to. This setup is just really nice, dude, and even the wood flooring matches, like literally everything matches, bro. This is gonna be super hard to decide who actually wins the $500. Alright, since she has 2 monitors, she definitely has a PC hidden somewhere, but right now all I can see is a PS5, so I guess the only recommendation I could give for this entire setup is just wherever the PC is hidden, kind of have it up on the desk, especially if it's a nice looking PC, because it definitely adds a lot to a setup. Alright, I think I might mispronounce the actual name of this guy, but it's like Reaptality. I definitely butchered that, but I think again, what just makes these setups so much like so aesthetic is just like the decorations at the top. I definitely need to get one of these shelves on my main gaming setup with a bunch of kind of accessories because it adds so much. And we have another triple monitor gaming setup here. It looks like he definitely is a content creator. We have the Stream Deck, a Go XLR, really nice looking PC. It looks like a Shure SM7B microphone too. And I just really like kind of the way he went with making this setup. One thing I will say though is, in my personal opinion, I don't really like having more than 1 vertical monitor. I definitely like having 2 horizontal ones because 1 vertical one is good for like OBS or Spotify or maybe Discord, but after that I don't really really see any use for it at all. So I definitely would think it would be better if he actually switched to 2 horizontal and 1 vertical. And also probably doing that, he would be able to make some space for the PC. And a PC that nice should definitely be up on the desk, not collecting dust on the floor. So that's 100% my biggest critique with this setup. And I don't really think there is much else to say. Everything else looks good. And okay, wait, one more thing is that mouse pad. If it is treating him well, that's good. But I have seen that mouse pad and I'm pretty sure that's like a $10 mouse pad. So if he wants to upgrade, Gutsy Aiden has really good mouse pads, and that's what I use in like almost all my videos. But yeah, those are really my only recommendations. Next is my editor setup. And of course, being the big Vermax's editor, you don't need no simple setup. You need the max setup. So she has an M1 Max 16-inch MacBook that she edits videos on, and actually also a gaming PC. I don't really know what the specs are, but it looks definitely like a 30 or 40 series kind of card. Really aesthetic looking PC. And I have noticed this Lian Li PC case is still really popular. It used to be popular like 3 years ago. It still is super popular, and you can't really blame them. It's like such a nice looking PC. I think it's just because I actually am comparing it to the previous setups that I saw. I think a lot of more personality would look good on the setup. Like since she has like a Star Wars lightsaber, maybe some Star Wars Lego or something like that, kind of a recommendation on like a shelf or something. But one thing I did notice that I've actually never seen is I have this exact same desk, but I have 2 like Alex drawers on the side, but she actually has a mini fridge and also an Alex drawer, which is extremely creative. I don't know where she like got that idea from, but this is the first time I've ever seen someone do it, and it actually looks really sick. But yeah, the more I look at these setups, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick the best setup. So I'm just gonna leave a poll on my community tab, which you guys can vote on, because I don't want to feel responsible for picking the person. Now, Zonye has a setup really similar to the first person we saw, Smitty Mason. It does look a little bit more toned down, more like a chill gaming room, and this is really similar to one of my first gaming setups I had like 2 years ago or something. It's like almost identical. The monitor sizes are just a little bit different, but same desk, same exact PC case I used to rock, the Shure SM7B, same keyboard, Gutsy Aiden mouse pad. Like this setup is just perfect. You can't go wrong with it. And I know this one doesn't have as much personalization, but I think that's kind of what he went for. I mean, just look at how clean it is. No cables. I think if he got a bigger plant on the bottom left, it would look a lot nicer. But yeah, he even has the kind of Govee decoration I always used to have in my videos. The wall panels, the little L-shaped neon strip from Govee. He has everything. And I mean, this might be biased because this used to be literally identical to my setup I used to have, but this is actually insane, bro. I think if he just got the top monitor to be a 27-inch and it would all match up, it'd look even better. But yeah, this setup is just like perfect. Like you cannot go wrong with it. It's such a clean setup. And I actually commented saying that's literally my setup, and he said he had a lot of inspiration. So the boy Vermax knows what he's talking about. Next, we have another triple monitor setup, and it's pretty obvious that most people in this video have triple monitor setups because they look so good. And I just will say, comparing it maybe to the last setup, this one does look a little bit more messy, like with the cables on the desk, some of the visible cables on the bottom of the desk, but those are actually really not bad at all. But I would think it would be better if he probably cleaned it up just a tiny bit. But I really like the kind of console setup he has going over on the side. Whatever TV he's rocking, I need that. That looks insane. I don't know, it just looks like such high quality. And I am looking at his chair. I will say that does not really look like it fits the entire setup, but it does look ergonomic, so if it's comfortable, it works. I think if he got like a nicer kind of bigger chair, it would fit the setup a little bit more. But yeah, I think this setup could have a little bit more done to it, but I really do like the kind of vibes it has on it. Okay, now I'm kind of sure that this might actually be like a random person putting like someone else's setup on, because these pictures are just so good, and the Twitter account has like 1 follower, but hey, you never know. And this setup looks insane. I'll just show the pictures of the setup. So I'm not 100% confirming this is his setup. If for any reason I do add him into the poll and he wins, I'll of course make a video asking for a video to just verify. But whoever's setup this is, it looks like a TikTok setup, and these definitely do look like Google images the more I look at them. This is insane. This looks a lot like Maddie K's setup with the kind of purple, whitish, and pinkish vibe it has. White aesthetic is by far my favorite one, especially with the PCs. The one single monitor setup, definitely not like a competitive player, but this looks insane. This really looks like Maddie K's setup though, I'm not gonna lie. If this is actually his setup, I honestly think that this is the best setup in the entire video. It's just so clean. It has the personalization. It has the white aesthetic theme. Just everything is so good. But I just don't think it's his setup because it's just too good to be true, you know? That's all I'm saying. All right, by far the most popular monitor layout in this entire video, we have another one, 2 horizontal and 1 vertical one. And this one is just really, really overkill on the personalization. I think it might be a little bit too much for my taste, but I do really like some of the decorations he has. Even the kind of replica YouTube plaque looks kind of sick. The C8, the kind of gun, it looks like an airsoft. But yeah, I will say for this monitor layout, he has 2 desks, and I think it is kind of a little awkward that it meets in the middles where he has his gaming setup. I think it would be literally like a million times better if he just moved this setup over to the left over on this desk here, and then he had this entire right desk for some more decorations maybe he could have, and just have a lot more space, and it would feel a lot less awkward because playing on the edge of a desk kind of like that is really, really awkward. And he would have a little bit more space to kind of spread everything out. I think his main like setup is just a little bit too cluttered, but I kind of really like the vibe he's going for. It is a lot like the first setup where it's kind of like a gaming man cave. I really like what he did with it. It's just a little bit too cluttered, and the shoe shelf looks insane though. I really like that, bro. But yeah, another solid 8 or 9 out of 10, and he did a really, really good job with the cables at the bottom. It looks like he actually has some paper things like kind of covering it where he kind of puts all the cables, and it really, really does work out and just makes it look extremely, extremely clean. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my cables definitely need to get worked on a little bit. You can see I just moved rooms, so that's my excuse. But yeah, judging by your guys' setups, a lot of you guys have better gaming setups than me, which is actually insane because I'm not gonna lie, 2 years ago it was kind of a different story. But you guys, either I fell off or you guys are up. I don't know what it is. But yeah, like I mentioned, this is gonna be too hard for me to actually choose the winner. And last time I split the like prize by like 5 ways or 3 ways, I forgot the $500. So this time I'm gonna try and just give all $500 to one person. So make sure you guys actually don't waste your vote on the poll. It will be on my YouTube community tab, and I'll pick the 5 top setups that I think should win the $500, and you guys can just vote on any of them, and whoever wins it gets $500. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video and want me to give away more money reacting to other people's setups, make sure you drop a quick like. And if you did watch all the way to the end and you're not subbed, you might as well, because you clearly did enjoy the video, and it's greatly, greatly appreciated. YouTube also thinks that you'd enjoy any of the 2 videos up on the screen right now, and yeah, that's about it. God bless.